Hi, I'm Rick Smetana. I teach 7th grade chemistry at School of Future Middle School.
Hi, my name is Jessica Candlin, and I am the senior English teacher here at SOF.
Hi, I'm Mr. Welton. I'm the 10th and 12th grade biology teacher.
My name is Adam Kanori, and I teach 10th grade English.
This is the one thing you
I'm
do.
looking at the camera.
Yeah.
John Fanning, High School Director, School of the Future.
My name's Stacey Goldstein. I'm the principal at School of the Future and director of the middle school.
Let's start out with, have you ever taught at any other?
I have. I taught 2 years, 7th and 8th grade science at this middle school in Brooklyn.
And how is that different from SOF's learning experience?
One thing, the students here are far quicker and have better work habits. And this is far more racially diverse school than where I was at before.
I taught 7th grade, 8th grade, and I've taught 11th and 12th grade before too.
Throughout the years, how do you think that 7th graders react to English to seniors react to English?
Well, I do think that there's a certain enthusiasm that depletes over time for teenagers, and I don't know why that is exactly, but one of my goals is to improve students' enthusiasm or, help them be excited about learning again.
What we do really well is communicating with each other across in terms of a team. So an example would be as 10th grade teachers last year, all your teachers worked really well together in terms of keeping tabs on how students were doing. We also worked really well together in terms of teaching different skills in a way that was really coherent. So one example would be when we talked about claims last year and supporting claims that Mr. Gleason and as well and myself, we all used some of the same language and some of the same structures, so that way it was easier for you guys to see the connections by using the same skill in different classes.
I've been here a long time, since 1995. Before I came here, I worked at the Academy of Environmental Sciences, and I worked at Isaac Newton, and I worked at a few other schools. And here's my impression of how School of the Future is different. You can go to a hospital, and it's a fine hospital, but it's not a teaching hospital.
But recently we had this presentation where we had to talk about one specific thing from colonial times, and we each got to get together with our peers and make a presentation. It was very cool, fun, and we just portrayed colonial life in various ways, like shelter, economy, religion. So it was a really fun project.
There's a lot of things that SOF does well. I think the thing that you can see the most clearly in the kids is I think kids definitely know how to form an opinion, back up an opinion, and to argue their point and to feel justified in having a point and having a point of view. I think another thing that SOF does very well is just tolerance in general. I think it's a really diverse school in a million different ways, and I think that we do a good job of not taking that lightly and teaching into that, especially at the younger grades, so that kids are more tolerant and don't tolerate discrimination and bigotry or bullying in the same way where it might be tolerated somewhere else. Ultimately, to be a happy person, you have to find your own way and not listen to everybody else, or else you're going to wake up at 90 and being whose life did I live? So I think just for our kids to have a life where they feel like they're being real to themselves, you have to always be looking for what you think about things instead of just going on with what everybody else says. Kids need to be real adept at trying to figure out what's true and what's true for them and where they stand about something. I think it's way more complicated today than it was when we were kids to try to navigate through everything to the point where you could just be oh, it's so overwhelming, I don't care.
I think it's a real advantage to have a 6 through 12. To have kids for 7 years is an opportunity to really move them in whatever they're struggling in and excel them in whatever they're good at. So it's a rare opportunity nowadays because there aren't that many secondary schools left, and we happen to do a really good job of it. That's one advantage. The other advantage is being a small school, you get to know the kids really well over the course of 7 years. So there's a lot of great communication between teachers, and the students feel comfortable. The kids who've been here since 6th grade know the school really well. They feel the pressure of college is somewhat subsided, even though I know they feel pressure, but the pressure of college can be somewhat subsided because they know they can go to Mr. Copeland or Shantae or Felix or me and discuss it without feeling nervous or bad about it.
Enough context to understand so that the evidence makes sense. That's before the quote.
I've been trying to do it right. I've been living a lonely life. I've been sleeping here instead. I've been sleeping in my bed. Sleeping in my bed.
We're revising our body paragraphs.
So show me family, all the blood that I will bleed.